Okay, now these are different papers from different years. You can download these papers from Papa Cambridge. I will share the link as well, but this is basically it. So I have mentioned the years and the series. So for example, this is from October, November 2014, 2020, May, June series 2020, and so on and so forth. What I would suggest is that you download these papers, and then what we will do is I will just show you what each of these. So let me just take you through each of these papers first. So you have 2015 May, June, 2017. So it's not that I'm giving you only from later years, it's a compilation throughout the years, but sharing information based on whatever we have done till now, so that life becomes a little easier for you as you go by. Again, 2014, 2017, 2016, and 2016. So one paper having all its questions is possible in this, and so on and so forth. So again, 13, 14, 14, and this one is one of the past papers. I don't remember which year, but these were a few of the challenging questions for the students. So I've shared those as well. Now, the way they work, basically, if you look at this paper, this is a question that talks about an ellipse. Okay, so the dimensions given for that ellipse over here are 100 to, okay, I've gone blind. Wait. Oh yeah, it's 100 to 80. So you have an ellipse. This question talks about a vanishing point, so they're looking at 1 point perspective. They've given you the crosshair over there. They are simply asking you that if these were, okay, now for example over here, they've given you something in the front, they haven't given you something at the back. All you need to do is take this corner, all the frontal corners, and you join them to VP1. As soon as it passes over here, and you extend this vertical line till it intersects that line, you will automatically know how much is the height, and obviously that height will be shorter than this, because if it was parallel, then it wouldn't match over there. So those are things that you have to keep in mind when you're doing perspective. Net development we have already touched upon and seen how it can be carried forward. Here is a box shared with you. All they are doing is that they're opening a part of it, sharing the partial drawing with you. They've given you certain fonts to also play around with. And if you notice, the P and the E follow a similar construction pattern. So making them won't be difficult. For reference, they have also shared an E with you, which will be drawn over there, and a P with you, or two P's with you, so that you can also draw it over here. So it shouldn't be that difficult for you to do, but you have to also make sure that you follow the fold lines as well as the outline to recreate the missing shape over here. Taking this forward, again, this is a question of isometrics. So they have shown you that drawing and they're asking you to redraw over here. Theory, we are not touching upon right now. We will go to it slowly. But yes, you're most welcome to try out these questions as well. They're not very difficult. They just ask you in terms of things you have seen around you. So as long as you can connect to the world around you, it becomes easier. For example, when you're having a juice from a carton, the carton comes with certain graphic elements on it. For example, should be thrown in a bin, should be best before 2 months of use, and things like that. So some of these questions are related to that, which means you will have to be a little more observant. Moving forward, again, there is a net development given over here. There's a vanishing point 1 given over there, which means they've given you the dimensions. They've given you something to start off with. These dimensions will only work in the frontal part, because as soon as you start to converge to that point, the back part will obviously become smaller. Over here, they have shared certain dimensions and they are asking you to draw an exploded view. If you notice, I had previously spoken about an isometric grid. This is how that looks. So they can choose to give you this also to make life a little easier or a little complicated, because now when you start drawing the construction lines, it will be very difficult for you to spot them. So you may have to keep in mind that when you find a point at which you are supposed to draw, you can't just leave it to a point, because obviously, okay, this is an ink pen and therefore a gel pen, therefore it leaves a big fat mark. But wherever the point may be, you may need to put a crosshair over there. So showing you from close up, you will have to put a crosshair like that. You can't work on a point because it is possible that the point doesn't show, because you're obviously drawing with a pencil, so it will be a bit of a challenge. So do keep things like that in mind. Again, here they have given you a pictogram and they're asking you to recreate the shape with the given dimensions over here. So something that you have already figured. Again, a net development of a sleeve, which is like that, which needs to be redrawn over here. This is a slightly technical question. Do read it carefully and then try to attempt. You may need to redraw it, cut it out with paper to see if it works in your favor or not. It may have something which is slightly different from how you may have imagined it. Again, a question related to a taper. So I will show you this now.